Once upon a time, in a beautiful valley nestled between tall, snow-capped mountains, there lived a family of 7 little goats. Their mother, a wise and caring goat named Greta, always told them to stay close to home and never wander too far. But being young and curious, the 7 little goats often played near the edge of the forest and the shimmering river that ran through the valley. One sunny afternoon, the little goats were hopping around, playing games, and chasing each other. Suddenly, they heard a soft melodic voice coming from the riverbank. Curious, they tiptoed to the water's edge, where they saw a stunning mermaid lying on the rocks, her tail glistening in the sunlight. But something was wrong, she was hurt. A sharp rock had pierced her tail, leaving her unable to swim. The little goats looked at each other concerned. They had never seen a mermaid before, and didn't know what to do. The mermaid looked at them with sad, wide eyes and asked for help. The little goats were afraid at first. They had always been told to avoid strangers, especially creatures from the water. But seeing the mermaid's pain, they decided to help her. The oldest goat, named Gordo, spoke up with a plan. The 7 little goats set off to gather herbs and leaves from the forest, hoping to find something that could heal the mermaid's wound. As they searched, they met several animals along the way: a wise owl, a friendly deer, and a clever rabbit. Each animal gave them advice and a gift to help with their task. The owl shared a magical herb that could heal wounds. The deer gave them a smooth stone to grind the herb into a paste, and the rabbit gave them soft moss to wrap the mermaid's tail in. The goats returned to the riverbank, their hearts full of hope. Gordo gently approached the mermaid, holding the herb and the stone. Together, the little goats carefully applied the healing paste to the mermaid's tail, then wrapped it with the soft moss. The mermaid winced at first, but soon relaxed as the pain began to fade. After a few minutes, the mermaid's tail was healed, and she could feel the strength returning to her. She looked at the little goats with gratitude in her eyes. "You have saved me, kind little ones," she said, her voice now full of joy. "Because of your bravery and kindness, I will grant each of you a gift." One by one, the 7 little goats received their gifts, each suited to their personality. The youngest goat, a curious one named Lily, was given the gift of speed, able to run faster than the wind. The second youngest, Benny, received the gift of understanding the language of animals. The third, a clever goat named Maya, was gifted with the ability to solve any puzzle. Each of the little goats received a special gift that suited their personality. Before the mermaid disappeared into the river, she smiled warmly at them. "Remember, my little friends, kindness and courage are the greatest gifts of all." The little goats returned home that evening, their hearts full of pride and their minds full of new adventures. They had helped a wounded mermaid, and in return, they had been given gifts that would help them in the future. Greta, their mother, was waiting for them at the doorstep when they arrived. "What have you learned today, my little ones?" she asked. The 7 little goats looked at each other and smiled. "We learned that even the smallest creatures can make a big difference, and that kindness always comes back to us, just when we need it most." And so, the 7 little goats grew up to be wise and brave, always helping others. Whenever they wandered near the river, they would remember the wounded mermaid and the lesson she had taught them. The end.